Welcome to my video. Please step into my time machine that I built specially for you. We will be traveling exactly 151 years, 0 months and 0 days behind. Here we are. Not in your house, but in Porbandar, Gujarat, at Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi's house, aka Mahatma Gandhi. His father, Karamchand Gandhi, was a very rich man. As a child, Mahatma Gandhi was very non-violent, straightforward, and liked to study a lot. When he was at a young age, he was married to Kasturba Gandhi, but marriage did not affect his studies. He always wanted to be a lawyer, and that wish was fulfilled around 6 years later at the age of 16. He went to an amazing London college and passed with flying colours, and Mahatma Gandhi became lawyer Mahatma Gandhi. Just as he reached India, he was sent to South Africa. There, he learnt that the whites were treating the blacks very harshly. There were separate buildings, swimming pools, markets, and even beaches for the whites. After seeing all this horrible treatment for the blacks from the whites, he decided to bring justice for the innocent black people. Gave speeches and many more. On one such incident happened to him also. One day, while he was traveling in a first-class compartment on a train, then a few white people came and threw him out of the train just because he was a black. And according to the whites, black people were not allowed in first-class compartments. Later, he went back to India and Nelson Mandela took over in helping the blacks. Nelson Mandela later became the first black president of South Africa. Mahatma Gandhi came back to India in 1914. There he was greeted with large crowds praising Gandhi. After a few months, he joined the Indian National Party, which is today known as the Congress Party. The leaders told Gandhi to travel around India and listen to the sorrows of the Indian people, and he did just that. After returning from his all-Indian tour, he joined the Indian National Party again. He made many non-violent protests against the British, and he was sentenced to jail many times. In 1920, the First World War began. Mahatma Gandhi asked the Indian people to take part in the World War, but little did he know that almost 1/4 of the Indian people participating in the World War were not going to return. After the World War, the Indian economy was very low, so the British imposed taxes on many materials, and one was salt. So, as a protest, Mahatma Gandhi and his followers walked a distance of 400 kilometers from his ashram at Ahmedabad to Dandi. Historians call this protest as the Dandi March. After reaching the beach at Dandi, the followers of Gandhi and Gandhi himself collected salt out of seawater. After the protest, the British put Gandhi in jail. Soon after this incident, the Second World War began. This time, the British put Indian people into the war. They also promised to grant freedom to India. Huge chaos was happening all around the world during the Second World War. Mahatma Gandhi was very sad and fasted for peace and non-violence. Many countries were unhappy because of the war, such as China, India, US, and many more. Finally, the war ended with Britain and France victorious. Just as Britain promised, they gave freedom to India. But Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the president of the Muslim League, demanded for Pakistan, and so the partition being created. Burma, Nepal, Bhutan, Tibet, Pakistan, and Afghanistan were created. In all the panic and confusion, people were only caring about themselves and no one else. Hindus from the new Pakistan were coming to India and Muslims from mainland India to Pakistan. A lot of blood was shed. Gandhi was very sad and angry. He fasted for peace and non-violence. On the next day, India was granted freedom. India was now an independent country, but at the price of thousands of lives and new nations being created. Jawaharlal Nehru became the Prime Minister of India. But in which video have we seen that there is a happy ending? On 30th January 1948, in Delhi, Nathuram Godse assassinated Gandhi. Nathuram Godse was hung in November 1949. So this is the end of a great soul's journey.